Hi there, I'm Andy, and this is Namaste at Home Yoga. We're going to bring core practice in today. So if you want to get fired up, stabilize some things, really get some of those abdominal muscles working, but also everything wrapping around that full central trunk or column that really helps to support us and keep us stable and steady as we make our way through our days, then this is the practice for you. So find your mat, take a seat. We'll start with our breathing as per usual, just dialing that in and then make our way through here. So find that comfortable seat, allow that spine to grow tall, find that really strong posture here, shoulders falling away from the ears. Maybe just allowing those eyes to close, a little bit of a check-in. Feeling how the breath is moving through you today. I'm going to encourage you to keep your breath flowing smooth throughout our practice. There might be a few points that we're tempted to start holding the breath. We need to work through those together. Embracing some of the warmth that will build. If there is a specific word you'd like to bring to mind, just to really focus on, hone in on over the next little bit, bring that to mind now. As we start to deepen our breath, inhaling to fill through the belly, fill through the chest. Exhale, letting your chest fall and letting your belly fall. Deep inhale, bottom to top, belly and chest. Exhale, top to bottom, chest and belly. You can take a couple more of those. Feeling the fullness of the breath preparing you for your practice. And bringing hands through center, palms come to press. Really use that pressure to open up through the chest. Keep the posture tall, chest proud. You can drop the chin to chest. Eyes open. We'll find our way forward into our tabletop. Hands stacking underneath the shoulders, knees stacking underneath hips. Really gentle warm up. We'll come to a cat-cow. So as we inhale, we'll drop the belly, head, chest, and hips are lifting. Exhale, rounding the spine, gaze towards hips. Inhale, drop the belly, head, chest, hips lift. Exhale, press in, round. One more, inhale, open up. Exhale, round. Involving a little bit more this time as we inhale. Let's kick the right foot back. Bring the heel up towards the head. Exhaling round. Knee pulls forward to nose. Inhale. Kick back. Head, chest, and foot lift. Exhale round. One more this side. Inhale. Lift it up. Exhale round, really squeeze that core here, knee to nose. And we'll return to the mat, getting set for our second side here. Left leg is gonna kick back as we inhale, lift, open up. Exhale, pull knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhaling round. One more, go for it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as you pull in. We're returning knees to the mat. Let's open up a little bit through our T-spine just to really help encourage the maintenance of our open chest, strong posture today. Come on down to your forearms. Let's bring the right hand to the right ears. We'll move through the breath once more. Take an inhale to open that elbow up towards the sky. Exhale brings you back down. Inhale, open up. that down. Moving through our second side, left hand finds the left ear. When you're ready, with an inhale, open up. Exhale to lower. Let's go through 2 more. Just follow your pace, your breath. No rush as we go through these. And you can find your way back up to your tabletop. You can keep knees hip distance, maybe bring them mat distance. Take an exhale, find your child's pose. Hips sink towards heels. Chest gets heavy, forehead heavy. Inviting maybe just a little bit more space if it feels okay. Palms can come to touch. Bending at the elbows to bring thumbs to the nape of the neck, back of the neck. Allowing the chest to be heavy. The forehead doesn't rest here. Feel free to keep the hands down. As we exhale, releasing palms back to the mat. Inhale, find your tabletop. Just as a general reminder, anytime that you need a little bit of a change of pace, feel free to grab a child's pose or any other resting posture. From this tabletop, waking things up a little bit more, let's start by extending the right leg straight back on your mat. Maybe toes come to hover. Beautiful. Exhale to bring that back down. This time keeping the knee bent, let's open that leg up to the side as high as you can without just opening up your hips. Keep them square to the mat as you lift. Exhale to lower left leg. Bring it back on your mat. Toes can touch or come to a hover. Check in if the hips are already shifting one side to another, opening a little bit, or staying square. Exhale to lower, and when you're ready, inhale to the side this time. Same thing, ground through those hands, ground through the opposite knee, top of foot to help stabilize. And exhale, lower. In your tabletop, just check in here. Do you automatically like to shift to one side or the other? Forward or back? Do you naturally let the belly drop a little bit more? See if you can tune in to your neutral spine, that neutral hip position. Easy way to do it, if you're not quite sure, is go through one more cat-cow. Find kind of both extremes and settle into that middle ground. Crown of the head reaching forward, tailbone reaches back. And we'll go ahead and tuck the toes, send your hips up and back for a down dog. First one of our practice, so do what you need to do to feel good here. And over the next few breaths, find your way to the top of your mat. Forward fold, allowing the body to ragdoll here. Let it go. Maybe the head needs a little bit of a shake, no, or not a yes, just to help release the tension through the back of the neck, upper back. And then find an inhale to roll up to stand. Another big breath in as we open the arms up, broaden the chest. Exhale, hands float through center. Warming up with a couple flows. Inhale to open. Exhale, forward folds, come on down. Soft bend to the knees. Inhaling to a flat back, half lift. Exhale, hands plant, step back, find your plank. Next exhale is to lower to knees, untuck the toes, core strong as we lower chin and chest. The inhale draws us forward and up. Exhaling back to our down dog. Finding a couple of breaths to settle in, noticing where we're creating space in this posture specifically. Sit more in the shoulders. Sit through the back body, noticing it in the hips, hamstrings, calves. And then step, hop or float back to the top of your mat, forward folds. Inhale, bring that up. Next breath in is a sweeping one, open up. Exhale, center. One more like that. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands plant, step back plank. Next exhale, lowers. Core stays so strong again here. Lower ribs tucked in. Inhale finds our lift. Exhale back into our down dog. You can start to walk the hands back this time to meet your feet. Finding a forward fold there. Maybe this time we grab for opposite elbows. Invite a gentle sway side to side. You can release that grip. Find your way up to your standing position. Inhaling to sweep arms high. Exhale through center. Catching hips. Beautiful. Moving into a little bit of strengthening but also balancing today. Let's step forward on the right leg, right foot. Spread your toes wide and get high on your left toes here. Couple of options as we move through this one. You can keep hands down for toppling tree. Hands are going to be down beside the hips, palms facing the floor. Or maybe arms sweep overhead for warrior three. If shoulders are complaining, bring them on down in line with the hips. Or take another arm variation if that feels good. We're going to get really light on those back toes. Grow through the crown of the head. Holding this strong line from your fingertips or out the crown of the head all the way through that back heel. We're going to start to hinge at the hips. Finding our way forward. Micro bend to that right knee to help protect it. We don't need to get parallel with the mat today. Just finding our edge, what challenges us. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come on up. Exhaling, release. And we'll step forward on our left foot this time, sending the right toes light. Same thing, adjust with the arms however you need. Coming back beside hips. Sweeping up overhead. Biceps kind of in line with the ears here. Moving with your breath, take your time to find that hinge at the hips. Micro bending our left knee. Keeping fired up here. Toes are flexed back towards you. So good. For 3, 2, and 1. Finding your way back up. Exhale, release back down to your mat. Foot soles can come close together here. Big toes touch. Heels open just slightly. Inhale, sweeping arms overhead. You can interlace fingers, release index fingers. Getting tall with our inhale. We'll reach up and over towards the right side of the room. Hips bump left slightly. While we're here, if it's available, let's bring that gaze past the left shoulder, past the left elbow, up towards the corner where the wall meets the ceiling. Inhaling, come back through center. Exhale, release for a moment, reset. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, over. Finding that crescent shape. Core strong throughout, and just shifting that gaze if it feels welcome today. Paying attention to how smooth the breath is, or maybe not so smooth right now. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, swan dive forward, come on down. Take an inhale, half lift. Exhaling, hands flat, step back, find your plank. With an inhale, right leg is going to lift just a couple of inches. Exhale, bring it back to your mat. Inhale, left leg. Strong through those arms. Press the floor away from you. Exhale, lower. Taking a down dog for a moment. Let's inhale, sending the right leg high. Step between hands. Runner's lunge. Get high on those back toes. Once more, send the arms back. This time, crown of the head reaches forward. Inhale, lifting through the chest, through the crown. Fingertips so energized as we reach back here. Legs are strong. Belly and chest just hovering off that front thigh. Exhale, frame the foot. Go ahead, step back, down dog. Second side, left leg inhales to lift. Stepping between hands. Runner's lunge again, high on your back toes. Hands are going to sweep back, crown reaches forward. Getting so strong through that back body as we lift. Create that long line from tip of the head to the heel. Solid, strong breath, you've got it. Exhaling to frame, step back, down dog. Moving into our next plank variation. Just a quick note, for any of our planks, if you would prefer to go from the forearms or from the knees, you're more than welcome to, as long as you're maintaining that neutral spine. I'm happy with that. With an inhale, find your way forward. We're going to find tree pose in our plank, facing the mat, square down there. You're going to open the right knee to the side. Touch the toes to your left leg. Maybe we start to slide that foot up, seeing where it meets. Exhale, bring that back to the mat. Second side, left knee opens up. Heel can find the inside of the right leg. Staying as you are. We're beginning to slide it up. Can hips stay square. Arms strong, maybe some shakes. Exhale, bring that back. Take a child's pose. Let those knees drop. Hips send back. Take a rest. And if shoulders need more relief here, maybe they reach, our arms can reach back past the heels. Plank fun is almost over. I've got one more for you today. Let's make our way through that here. You can find your way forward. Through your tabletop, take a down dog. Again, adjust this one as you need to. Take breaks when you need to. This one will take a rest between sides as we up our intensity a little bit. With an inhale, shift forward. Find your plank. Settle in where you need to be. We're going to open that right knee to the side. This time bringing your right knee up alongside the body towards the ribs. We might stay here. We might start to kick away. Hips are square. Working hard. 3, 2, And 1. Go ahead and take your down dog. Couple of breaths here. You know what's coming on the second side now. We've got this. Let's find our inhale to shift forward. Get set. The left knee is coming to the outside of the left side body. Staying there. We're kicking away. Can we get some good shakes going on? 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Let's take our child's pose again. Excellent work there. Breath was getting really tough there. Come back to it. If you don't feel like you have room, you're welcome to come to a seat instead. That's where we're going next anyways. Find a few of those deep belly breaths. Slow things down. If you haven't already, you can walk your hands back towards you. Send the legs in front, setting up for a few seated postures. Starting by giving our hips a little bit of a break. Let's bring foot soles in to touch. Knees fall open to sides. You can grab your ankles or feet, get tall. Exhale, drawing the chest down towards the mat, past the toes. We're maintaining that tall spine if it already feels like a lot, through the back of the hips, or maybe through your adductors. Those legs are something else when it comes to stabilizing. You can find your way back up here. Extend your left leg away. Starting with a variation of boat. Going back into some core, but a little bit less intense this time around. You're going to keep the legs fairly as they are. If you need to adjust where your right foot is a little bit, please feel free. Hands can plant beside you or float up in line with shoulders. So it's kind of going to be our couple of options here. Adjust between the two as you see fit. But most important thing is keeping our tall spine here, not allowing the shoulders to cave and the back to round. So find hands to your sides or in line with shoulders as we inhale to lift the left leg. It might be a small lift. Maybe we press down through the outside of the right leg to lift a little higher. Toes can flex back towards you for a bit more activation. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. You can bring it back to your mat. Use the next few breaths to take a forward fold here, just allowing yourself to melt over that leg. Ankle relaxed, soft bend to the knee. Forehead and shoulders heavy. Reconnecting with the breath. And make your way back up. We'll just find our way onto our second side. Left foot sneaks in towards us. Right leg is extended away. Hands can plant again on either side. Maybe they float up in line with shoulders. You're going to start to shift back, pressing down through the outside edge of your left leg. Inhaling to lift that right foot. Toes towards the sky. Maybe they open slightly. I'll leave that up to you. So strong here, really good with the breath. For 3, 2, and 1. Find your way back down, and the next couple of breaths again, just welcome that gentle passive forward fold. Let yourself melt here. Can we lengthen our exhales? deepen our inhales, reaching all corners of the body with every single breath we take. Excellent stuff. You can find your way back up. We're going to send the legs back behind us. Make your way onto your stomach. We'll come into some spinal strengthening. If toes are tucked, untuck them so tops of the feet can press into the mat. Hands are resting just under shoulders to start. Find that inhale, just lifting head, chest. Maybe hands are hovering here. Strengthening through the back body now. Completing the core. Done some work through the front, through the obliques, through some supporting muscles, some stabilizing muscles rather. Exhale and release. Send those arms overhead in line with the shoulders, or maybe coming to a Y, whatever you have room for. Forehead can find the mat. Take in, inhale, arms, and only arms lift up and away. Maybe they just get light today. Strengthening that active range of motion. Exhale, lower. We'll send arms back alongside the body. Palms face the earth. Chin can find the mat, and keeping the legs fairly straight. Inhale to lift the right leg high. Press down through your full front body, encouraging more lift. Exhaling to lower. Take a breath to reset, and second side when you're ready. Inhale, lift the left foot high. Again, pressing firm through the rest of our front body. Exhaling to lower. Keeping the arms back, maybe hands can interlace over the glutes. Pressing palms together, allowing the shoulders to open up a little bit. Or hands can come like you're coming palm to palm behind the back, depending on what the shoulders are okay with. With an inhale, lift head, chest, and arms in either spot. Exhale, let the legs lift as well, finding that kind of banana shape. Gazing towards just the top of the mat, not straight forward here. Be kind to the neck. Think about squeezing the legs together. Squeezing palms together. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower. You can let the toes come together, heels fall apart, and one cheek can find the mat. A couple nice reset breaths. Feeling yourself really heavy, really solid in the floor. Grounded on your mat. And let's go ahead and just switch the gaze. Other cheek finds the mat to even out the neck. You can bring hands back under the shoulders. Core strong, press through your tabletop. Let's sweep those legs back in front of us. Foot soles can find the mat. I lied, we're going to straighten those legs all the way out. My challenge for you is to keep those heels grounded. Keeping the legs pressed down into the floor as we find your way to our back. If that's not available, feel free to assist by grabbing the back of one hamstring to help you out on the way. But keep this fairly core focused, core fired up and engaged as we roll down. So taking your time here, start to lean back, allowing the back to ground vertebrae by vertebrae. Hamstring is there if you need it. Finding your way down to rest. Maybe we give those knees a little squeeze around hamstrings or shins, a little rock. We've got one more for you today. One more warming exercise before we really slow things down. Let's bring foot soles to the mat, heels close enough to touch. Palms can press down on either side of the body. Inhale, lift hips. Exhale, presses down. Stay really grounded here. Take a couple of breaths. And then if it feels okay, moving with the breath, we're going to add a little bit of a march. Really grounded through your feet. Inhaling to lift a knee towards you. Exhale to lower it down. Inhale, other side. Exhale, lower. Maybe for today, those lifts are small, just the heel coming up, toes hovering. Maybe they're coming up a little bit higher. Move with your breath. Find your pace. Finish up this side for this round. And then find your way back to your mat. Take your time. Hips down last. Beautiful. Let's open up the arms to a T, maybe a goalpost. Use that core to bring legs up into an invisible chair, and then bump the hips up and over towards the right side of your mat. We'll allow the knees to fall left. Finding a gentle twist. Just wringing everything out here. Coming back to our smooth, even breath. Maybe we've lost it. Maybe it's felt so good this entire time. Either way, just embracing it. Noticing anything that comes up in the body. Again, use that core. Inhale, come through center. Bump those hips up and over to the left side of our mat. Allowing the knees to fall right. Settle in. Enjoying the few breaths here. Feeling the heart rate start to slow back down. Get engaged through those abdominals. Pull the knees through center. You can bump the hips back into the middle of our mat. We send those legs out long, arms overhead for a nice big full body stretch. And then tucking knees into chest. Find forehead to knees, big exhale. You can make your way over one side or the other. Find your way back to your seat from the start of our practice. All right. That was something a little different, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are feeling like we woke up some muscles maybe in a different way, challenged you with something new, maybe something you liked, maybe something you really didn't. Can't blame you. Just take a moment to give yourself some gratitude for the work you put in today. Maybe come back to that focus from the start of class if you had one. Floating those palms back through center. Find your big breath in. Sigh it out, let it go. Hard work over. Chin can bow down to hands. If eyes are open, if the eyes are closed, they may open, pardon me. Thank you for trying these out with me. Thank you so much for joining us again, and we'll see you soon. Namaste.